It's the most wonderful time of the year, the season of family reunions, office parties, and get-togethers with our favorite people. And we all know how easy it is to get carried away. But it's up to us to either be naughty or nice. Welcome to MedTalk Health Talk. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. The holiday season is not just about family and sharing, but it's about abundance. Lots of food, lots to drink, and some of us end up stressing about or worrying about gaining weight. Experts will be quick to tell you to practice the principles of moderation. The problem is, that's easier said than done. Today, we'll walk you through some of the ways to manage without taking the fun out of celebrating this very special season. Joining me now are celebrity fitness coaches Tony and Jim Sarat and registered nutritionist and dietitian Vino Orahay. First, welcome to the show. And before we get the program rolling, let me ask you first, what is your guilty pleasure? What is the type of food you like to eat during this holiday season?
My guilty pleasure is sweets.
Sweets is number one. How about you,
same
Coach
thing.
Jim?
Actually, my favorite is bread, even though it's the number one thing I tell people to avoid.
Right.
For me,
And Vino.
sweets din, especially cookies.
Right. So I think it's common for everyone, ano, it's sweets, it's more of the carbohydrates that people like during this holiday season. How do you think is a good way to halt that temptation?
We all know it's the holiday season and
Right.
there's always a lot of parties. We can't avoid these things. So for us, what we tell people is, okay, so we know it's going to happen. Let's not pretend it's not going to happen, right? So let's make a plan. And if you go there with a plan, then there's a bigger chance that you'll survive this holiday season by not gaining as much weight as most people normally do.
Right.
So our first step is we have like a 5-step plan that we recommend. First one is you always have to weigh yourself in the morning. Every
In the
day.
morning, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes it can be a trigger for people after they overeat a few days. Then they see, uh-oh, I gained weight. It might help them psychologically say, uh-oh, maybe I won't eat as much today. Another thing we can do is basically start your day with a workout. You know, it could be any workout that you like, but if you don't have time to work out, you can do a 4-minute workout that we share. It's just body weight.
Right.
And the reason for this is we want to jumpstart your metabolism so that the whole day your body's active. And also, most of us won't have time anymore to work out in the afternoon, right?
That's
So
right,
most of
that's
us
right.
say that, I'll work out in the afternoon, but it never happens because of all the parties and all. So might as well get it done first thing in the morning.
Okay. How about you, Tony? What do you think is a good way, especially a lot of people maybe can't help that because they receive a lot of those treats. It's not like they go to the parties, but they receive gifts that might be food, that may be sweets. What do you think is a good way to help curb that temptation?
I think as early as December, pwede naman magbangko o mag-impok ng weight loss, at least even before
Right.
the season starts. Because by that time, when you know you are going to indulge, then you wouldn't feel so guilty because you have lost, a few pounds. Like Coach Jim was saying, if it's more mindful of you, to not just know what you're eating, but if you're more mindful of your total well-being.
But Vino, I'd like to ask, what do you think are best ways, best tips that people could follow when it comes to tackling those temptations, those sweets, those sugar?
Food should be enjoyed. We should not deprive ourselves of food, di ba?
That's right.
So, if you know na, for sure, hindi na naman isa yung pupuntahan mong party eh. Sobrang daming party na pupuntahan mo. And you can expect na nandyan yung mga sweets, yung mga kine-crave mo. So, you can plan ahead of time na, for this party, ito yung kakainin ko. For the next party, hindi ko kakainin yung kinain ko dun sa isa, iaalat ko yun dun sa susunod. Para hindi naman sa lahat ng parties is kakainin mo lahat ng cravings mo. Kasi, nasabi ko kanina, hindi mo dapat i-deprive yung sarili mo. Pero at the same time, hindi ka naman din dapat mag-overindulge dun sa mga cravings mo.
Now, in terms of planning, what is a good strategy? What is a good plan that someone should have?
So one of the strategies I do myself, or we do, and we recommend to other people is, sometimes when you go to a party, you're anticipating it, right? So when the minute you get there, you're looking at all the food and you're going to try to get as much as you can. So what we do is we actually tell people, eat before you actually go to a party.
That's a good tip.
Eat something heavy like protein and fiber. That way, your belly's already full. When you get there, you're not going to be as hungry anymore because you already have something in your belly.
Right. So do you think a lot of people, that, like what you said, they think, okay, I won't eat muna because there's a party I have to go to. I think I'll eat my dinner there. That's something that you would advise against?
Doc, siguro smaller portions, portion control, be more mindful, savor the food when you're eating it,
Right.
and foods that contain most fiber, roughage, veggies, proteins, healthy proteins, just so pagdating mo sa dessert, medyo busog ka na, mas napapakonti yung dessert. So, one strategy yon. And before going to a party, besides having eaten a small apple perhaps, or a salad, hydrate. Keep hydrated because it flushes out the toxins out of your system. And when you're hydrated, sometimes we mistake hunger for thirst for hunger.
Right.
So, you're hydrated the whole day, it flushes the toxins out of your system, and it doesn't make you crave too much.
Okay, all of these things we're talking about, all of these plans, may be stressful for some people trying to go to the holidays. And speaking of stress, do you think, Vino, that probiotics would be able to help people when it comes to this time of season?
Yeah, of course. I'll just go back dun sa, yung sa topic kanina kasi it takes 20 minutes for our brain to process na busog ka na.
Right.
So if you enjoy your food, if you savor your food, like if dahan-dahan ka kumakain, then hindi ka mag-overeat din. So, and I agree with Coach Tony na portion control. So, before ka kumuha ng pagkain sa buffet table, ikutin mo muna. Huwag kang yung per station kuha ka lang ng kuha.
Right.
So, ikutin mo muna and then check kung anong pwede mong kainin. And then, kahit half of your plate should be vegetables and so that mataas yung fiber content ng food mo. And the other half would be yung mga protein-rich food as well as yung mga little portion of carbohydrates then will do.
And supplement to that, probiotics, Doc, is also very, very important. I think we should be taking probiotic-rich foods. You totally need to declog our toxins of our arteries, our kidneys, our liver, our pancreas, and even the heart. So, ang dami, Doc, na pwedeng linisin through, let's say, probiotics.
Right. Relaxing and enjoying the holiday season is the best thing. That's why they call it the best time of the year. And it's okay to indulge a little bit. So don't be too hard on yourself. When we return, more tips and tricks to stay on track this holiday season. Stay with us. Today on Med Talk Health Talk, we're talking about how to stay healthy this holiday festivities. Believe me, it is possible. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Many of us worry about gaining weight this time of year, and staying active is the best way to keep the pounds off. We've seen and heard people setting aside their regular routine, and they promise to pick it up again in the new year. We suggest to somehow fit in exercise during this season of abundance. But how do you do that when you have such a busy schedule? Our guest today will help us answer that question. So, going back to the discussion, one of the most difficult things to have is trying to fit in physical activity because everyone's so busy with all the parties, plus work, plus all of this. How can they fit in exercise?
Okay, so basically, we all know that exercise takes time.
Right.
And for some people, if you say exercise,
Right.
it's kind of hard.
So, kind of a bad word to some people.
Correct. So what we were able to do was we created these certain movements, actually it's two movements that you can do, which we call metabolic boosters.
Okay.
So we don't have to call it exercise.
Yeah.
We can just call it metabolic boosters. The purpose of that is just to jumpstart your metabolism because we know we're going to be eating a lot the whole day, right?
Right.
So might as well get your body to help you out in burning those things. So this metabolic boosters is something we partnered with the Philippine Heart Association.
Right.
It's actually now called the Fit Heart Minute.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's 1 minute of exercise to help your heart,
Great.
right?
Yeah.
And also to help jumpstart your metabolism.
So it's not a replacement for exercise, but it's something to keep you active, keep that motor inside of you running,
Correct.
and keeping it active before you delve into all of these holiday treats.
Correct. So you have to realize our body, we have a lot of muscles, and muscles need energy. So
Right.
if you activate the muscles, it's going to burn a lot of calories. But most of us are sedentary, so the muscles aren't burning a lot of calories.
Okay.
Doing this 1 minute metabolic booster or Fit Heart Minute is actually going to wake up those muscles. That's going to end up burning a lot of calories throughout the whole day.
Okay, is there something specific, Coach Tony, with regards to that 1 minute workout, or can just walking after a meal be enough?
The 1 minute, we maximize the workouts, Doc. It's not even really a workout, but mentally, we don't like to cripple people to think that ang hirap
Right.
mag-workout. So there's no mental obstruct. It's psychologically, it's just us changing your patterns of behavior and making you jumpstart a fitness journey without knowing that you are.
Right.
So ang galing nyo nga, Doc, kasi yung mga physicians natin na fit Filipino doctors, they called it the Fit Heart Minute. And they encourage everyone to just move. Pwedeng jumping jacks,
Right.
or kung hindi ka makatalon, side jacks without the jump, or tayo upo sa lamesa. In fact, in most companies, they do it they call it the 10 o'clock habit, the 10 a.m. mid-morning habit, or the 3 p.m. mid-afternoon habit. So ginagawa na siya sa most offices.
Right.
And it's a break. It's a 1-minute break. And earlier, we could actually apply this meals before eating. Pwede rin tayo mag 1-minute workout. At least you can surely know that you deserve that meal after, di ba?
Right. That's good to know. Now, Vino, this holiday season is supposed to be about family, sharing, stuff like that. But a lot of people associate now the holiday seasons with a lot of stress, So what do you think are some of the triggers that may make people stressful during the holiday season?
Of course, nandiyan yung traffic. Hindi
Definitely.
maiwasan ng traffic. Kabi-kabilang sale. So, ibig sabihin, i-expect na natin na masikip sa mga shopping malls.
Right.
If sobrang stress tayo, tumataas din yung cortisol levels natin, which would make our cells insulin resistant,
Right.
which would increase our blood sugar level, which would mag-trigger ng more cravings. Also, hypertension, tataas din yung blood pressure natin. So, parang kung titingnan natin, yung stress, magkakos ng cascade of events na mag-trigger ng different diseases.
That's right. So it's not just the traffic. Maybe it's a spending. Maybe it's they're thinking of where to get gifts for the people, for the loved ones that they have.
Also,
so
yung budget din, di ba?
That's right. That's right. So what do you think is a good way for them to manage that? Because that's such a general thing to do, no? But the bulk of it is stress management. What's a good way, do you think, Vino?
For me, as much as possible, medyo cliche, pero avoid stress. Pero if hindi kaya, every morning or every night, you can just meditate. Kasi like it's important din na you are mindful of yourself.
Right.
And
the
also,
food that we eat. There's some food that can
and the
help
food that we
battle
eat,
that
yeah.
stress as well.
For the food naman, limit yung sweets and yung salty foods kasi mas nakapag-trigger din yan
Right.
ng stress din.
Now, during the holiday chaos, there's one important thing we cannot ever give up. And we'll tell you that after this short break. You're watching MedTalk Health Talk only on CNN Philippines. Tis the season to be jolly, and Christmas is just around the corner. And then, within a week, we celebrate the arrival of the new year. You're watching MedTalk Health Talk, and we're talking about how we can stay healthy, how we can manage heightened emotions this time of year. Still with us is Coach Tony and Jim Sarret and nutritionist, dietitian Vino Orahay. Okay, so for this time, let's talk about something that we definitely cannot live without, that should be part of it, and that is sleep. What do you think? How important do you think is sleep for everyone this holiday
actually,
season?
sleep is one of the biggest topics now in the entire world, and they're realizing how crucial sleep is if we want to become healthier, if we want to become fitter.
Right.
So basically, with sleep, what they realize, if you don't get enough sleep, like what happens during holiday seasons, right? We end up partying till late at night. It's a disadvantage for the human body because when you wake up with lack of sleep, the ghrelin, or the hormone that's actually the hunger hormone, is actually more active, right? And so it wants to crave for more sugar. So even if you're not hungry, it's just going to keep craving for it. And leptin is the hormone that's going to suppress naman. They say if you lack sleep, it's actually, it decreases.
Okay.
So that's one of those are the two things that are crucial when it comes to appetite.
Okay.
And Doc, it's not just the length of sleep. Kasi yung iba magpupuyat, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, minsan 6 a.m., tapos
Right.
tulog buong araw.
They think na mababawi nila yun.
No, it's not the length of sleep because you can wake up feeling like rubbish. I think the best way to treat it is the time. What's so crucial is the time that you sleep. If you get to sleep before 10 o'clock, the magic hours are from 10 to 2 because that's when, from 10 to 12, the quality of sleep is double.
Right.
Double with all the influx of benefits. Magic hours 10 to 12. Pero yung 2 o'clock, pag nag-extend yun, it's also crucial, Doc, because 1 to 3 is a time that the liver actually detoxes itself, cleanses itself, and the time that the brain does its cleanse with the lymphatic system. So they call it the brainwash time. So
Right.
yung yung time na yun, Doc, pag nag-lapse, yung quality ng sleep mo, hindi ka na REM, hindi na deep sleep.
Right.
It's not as quality. Kahit na sabihin mong natulog ako buong araw mula 6:30 a.m. hanggang 6:30 p.m. na 12 hours. It's not as good. It's not as quality.
I agree with that. It's a quality of sleep, and maybe also if they think that they're going to have a long day ahead, maybe a few naps
in
good
between.
quality naps.
But yung naps dapat usually 15 to 30 minutes kasi kapag
Right.
napahaba, mag-i-interfere na yun sa normal circadian rhythm natin.
Right.
Which would magkakos nga yung mga sinabi ni Coach Tony kanina.
So all of that, definitely, if they plan it, it should be part of their plan. Not just the amount of sleep they have, but the quality of sleep. Do you think during this holiday season also, you would advise, baka stress na sila, ang dami pa lang isipin naman. Is it also healthy just to avoid everything altogether, or is this part of a good, healthy process that people
I think
have?
it's part. We really can't avoid yung lahat ng to, lahat ng stress. Pero what we can do is kung how we approach it, how we approach stress. Like if traffic, like kailangan ba uminit ulo mo or pwede bang kausapin mo sa phone or mag-meditate ka or i-open mo yung phone mo or so anything. It's just a matter of perspective kung paano natin i-approach.
And it's a topic that I cannot go without saying in this episode, but it's the alcohol drinking during this time of season definitely goes up. What do you think is the effect of that on a person's body, Coach?
Well, alcohol is really not very, how do you say this? The body and alcohol, they don't really mix together. They don't mix well, and it clogs up your arteries. There's a lot of science already shown that if we can avoid alcohol at all costs, not even just one
Right.
glass, or if we can avoid all costs, it will be better for our bodies.
But it's difficult for some people because a lot of people not just associate food with the holiday season, but alcohol with it as well. So what do you think is a good plan? What is a good way, or maybe an alternative, maybe of trying to find that happiness with alcohol? Maybe they can find it with other things, probably with exercise as well, releasing some of that happy hormones when they have exercise.
Alcohol, occasional drinking when you think it's really it's paired
Necessary.
up with a good it's paired up with
Right.
a good slap of steak or
Right.
or fish.
Or probably trying to get along with everyone else, everyone who ayaw mong maging killjoy, ayaw mong maging maiba, so you have to drink a little bit. But one thing we have to note is drinking alcohol close to bedtime.
During the Christmas season, I think we should be more mindful of the sugar intake and the
Right.
alcohol intake, and everything in moderation is key. Tsaka stressors, Doc, palaging nandyan. Stress will always be there regardless of the season. So I think we should just learn how to cope with it, and we should always have an antidote and come in with a strategic plan as how to counter it. Small increments of workouts, which may also be as effective as a solid hour of working out, because if that's all you can give, mobility is key, consistency is key, and movement is key.
Do you have a message for our viewers,
Yes.
Coach Jim?
We all know it's a holiday season. We can't avoid this. So let's be smart about this. And so to be smart about this, let's have a plan. So we recommend get things done in the morning so that it's already taken care of. Wake up, weigh yourself in the morning, and then do your exercise first thing in the morning. And then just be smart. Be smart of however you're going to do the rest of the day.
Siguro yung tinatanong mo kanina, alternative. Kaya lang baka sabihin mo, KJ, Doc eh. Pero why not, diba? Kasi
sure.
me time nila
Of course.
itong 3 weeks na to,
Right.
na month long na nga sabi mo kanina, na the whole December. Kung wag natin i-associate yung alcohol sa bonding and camaraderie, and we should know the solemnity of why we're together and celebrating with family. But the most important thing is, if we do love family, we might as well be more mindful of their health. Maybe a good pabaon would be mag-veggie juicing tayo. At yung
That could be,
pulutan,
yeah, of
celery, or kaya singkamas, or carrots.
And that's
diba?
something everyone should try. So pulutan, celery, vino.
Nuts, yung sinabi mo.
Yeah. For me, ang maganda kasi is, if hindi natin maiiwasan yung pagkain ng mga ganito, so we should be mindful din sa kung ano yung prepare natin na food. Na if may healthier na alternative tayo, then yun na i-prepare natin. And especially, everything should be in moderation lang talaga.
Definitely. And we'd like to thank our guests for today, Coach Tony and Jim Sarret, and registered nutritionist dietitian Vino Orahay. We hope we've been able to help you with advice and ideas on how to stay healthy and to be merry and bright this holiday season, because in fact, this holiday season is all about family, sharing and giving, and we'd like to just share, maybe we could be healthy with that just as well. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez, and you're watching CNN Philippines.